Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's Easy Game here, and I'm super excited to share this video with you guys. It's another guide, but this one is on my favorite class in spec, mostly spec, Destruction. Now, for those guys who don't know, when I made my return to WoW, after taking a break from Wrath and Kata all the way up until BFA Season 4, I came back on a Destruction Warlock, and I absolutely loved the spec. It's kind of where I made a name for myself again when I came back to the game, and it's... I love it, and I'm happy to tell you guys that it is back. Destro is doing insane damage now. Big damn. Okay, Blizzard, if you're listening, it's not too insane. Okay, don't nerf it, but it's crazy damage. Okay, so I want to show you guys exactly what I've been doing to people, how I've been doing it. Hopefully, these guys will help you out playing the spec. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna start with stat priority because I've been forgetting this in my guides, and I don't want to forget. Okay, so it's haste first. Just like most classes, you want to go haste first. Mastery second if you can't get haste on a piece, because crit is just bad. I strongly suggest that you get these Drake Breaker boots, because not only can you upgrade it to an epic piece by doing this quest right here from this guy, Sparks of Life quest. It's really easy now. They nerfed it in half, thank God. But you basically get a free epic piece, gets you a little bit ahead, and you can get haste verse on a piece that normally doesn't have haste verse from the conquest vendor. So it's a win-win. Definitely worth doing. I strongly recommend getting these. But yeah, that pretty much sums up the gear. If you have any questions about getting sockets or enchants or work orders for these pieces right here, make sure you guys watch my gearing video. It's also on my channel. Check that out if you have any questions about that. Let's go into the spec. We'll start up with the RBG spec right now, since that's the one I'm on. Let's go over the honor talents first so I don't forget them. Precog. I'm absolutely loving precog. The more I've been using it, the more I've been loving it. I have a weak aura for it. I'll put it in the description. Shows you when it procs. There's a lot of them though, so you could probably find your own if you don't like the one I'm using. But yeah, this is if you learn to use this, it's very, very good on Destro. Very good. I love it. Bane of Havoc. This is obviously what makes the spec really good in RPGs. It says that it doesn't work with Mayhem. I don't know why. It's a Blizzard, Blizzard things. It definitely works. I'll show you right now. It definitely works. I'll show you in a second when I demonstrate the rotation. Casting circle, really good as well. Allows you to get your damage out. It kind of loses value if they have, a DK or an Ellie Shaman or something that can knock you off of it consistently. But you just have to play around that. Make sure that you don't drop it when you're going to get gripped, or you can drop it, put your portal on it. They grip you off, you port back, stuff like that. Just try to play around this if they have a DK. I've tried playing with Avatar Destruction instead of Cataclysm. I didn't like it. Maybe you will. I don't know. I think Cataclysm, I like having it. It's convenient for me. So let me show you how I open up in a team fight. Especially if I have a DK, this is really powerful. Wait for him to grip them all up. Hit them with the Infernal, First Globe, Shadow Fury. They're not on stun DR. If they are, press your Cataclysm. So if they're already stunned, you obviously don't need a Shadow Fury. You just go straight into Cataclysm. But this allows you to get your Animalates up instantly. And then basically you just fish for procs. You sit here, you cast, maybe get some fake casts out. There we go. Bane of Havoc. Boom. This is where the damage comes in. They're not hitting hard because it's not scaling up, because I'm not hitting the PvP dummy. But Chaos Bolts will hit for 100k now. So they went from doing wet noodle damage to half your health damage almost. Alright? They're definitely a lot stronger, trust me. In addition to that, Incinerate is a lot stronger. Incinerate can crit for 80k. That's your filler spell. You can get instant casts of this when you're getting trained. So you can instantly hit somebody for 80k, not to mention it can proc a Bane of Havoc and hit everybody that's in the Bane of Havoc. Okay, it's really powerful. I also try to wait to Mortal Coil for a proc. So here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Right there, alright, instantly. Boom. There it is. You can even target somebody outside of it. So here, let me show you. Let me get a proc on these guys right here. Come on, let's proc. Let's proc. Let's proc. Alright, well, we're getting unlucky here. Let's wait for a proc. It'll happen eventually. There it is. So I can target somebody outside of the Bane. Boom. They all got immolate right there. The guy I'm targeting over here and everybody else. You can do the same thing with coil. Target somebody outside of the Bane. Hit them with the coil. You can hit like 7 to 8 people with coils. It's insane. Amp Curse. Same as normal. Toss it to slow somebody out. You put it on a melee with Curse of Weakness so they never crit. It's really good. Curse of Weakness is really good. It's definitely worth the 1 talent point to invest into it. Oh, the new ability. Well, it's not new. It's an old Legion ability, but Dimensional Rift. It's definitely a lot better in Arena than in RBGs, but it's still useful in RBGs depending on the map. It's basically like a filler spell you cast to get your shards. But look, boom. That Chaos Bolt hit that thing for 34k. It hits way harder when I'm scaled up in PvP with all my buffs and stuff like that. I've seen it hit for 60k. It's just basically an instant damage filler spell. It gives you shards. I actually might try a different build without it, but for now I've been playing with it and it's been doing great, so I've just been sticking with it. But yeah, this pretty much sums up the RBG build. The left side, you're not playing with Pet because I'm playing Grimoire of Sack because I've found that Destro, your pet, just dies. It just dies in RBGs. It dies to air. It's just not fun. It sucks when you can't CS things. I just don't like it. I don't think it's worth playing with a pet in RBGs. As Destro, so that's why I went all the way to Grimoire of Sack. It does kind of suck having to go down here, but you know, immolate damage is good, so it's not really that big of a deal. Inquisitor's Gaze, really powerful in RBGs. It does add like 3 to 4% just passive damage, which is fine, but the main reason why this is good in RBGs is because this spins bases, and there's nothing they can do about it. You can't CC the eye. It still hits while you're CC'd. Honestly, it's kind of OP, but yeah, the Inquisitor's Eye, it's definitely worth taking every game in RBGs for that reason alone. Soul Burn is really good for getting instant gateways. If you need a gateway in a clutch for your team, or you need to get away, the instant gateway is really good. It's also really good with the freedom if you're getting trained by melee, right? A lot of times you port away, they'll gap close to you and they'll instantly slow you again, right? But you have 6 seconds of 50% move speed and freedom, so they can't get to you. It allows you to kite a little bit more. It's really good. Soulburn Hellstone, also I can't demonstrate it for you, but it also heals you for a lot more. So Soul Burning Hellstone is really good if you're getting hit as well. I think that pretty much sums it up for the RBG build. So let's go straight into the arena build. It's a little bit different. The key difference between the arena build and the RBG build is that you're using a pet now, because you don't have to worry about the pet dying to passive dots and stuff like that. I mean, it still can, but it's a little bit easier to manage in arena than in RBGs. And that you're now playing Shadowburn. Shadowburn allows you to get instant damage out while you're getting trained. Allows you to get that instant burst out. Shadowburn actually hits really hard now. I've crit somebody for like 80k with it before. It's buffed. It's buffed up. Let me tell you, it's buffed up. So this build right here focuses a little bit more on instant cast. You still have the big bolts when you're able to get your casts off, but you have the flexibility of being able to shadow burn and stuff like that on the move if you're getting trained. That's pretty much the only difference here. And then you obviously have Feldom because you're playing with the pet now, and if your pet dies, you can Feldom it. You also don't have Cataclysm, but you don't really need that as much in arena. And then for on chance, I would obviously swap out Bane of Havoc for, I don't know, Reflect, maybe even Bonds of Fel, even though it's not as good anymore. Felfisher if you need the MS. If you're playing a setup comp, I would probably take Mayhem off and play Havoc, because you don't want Mayhem to proc and break your CC. If you're playing just a damage comp, like with a Shadow Priest or something, probably keep Mayhem. It does give you a lot of damage. Not with Bane, though. I don't think you really need Bane with it. Casting Circle is still really good. Prim is still really good. But yeah, those are a little bit more subjective in Arena. I kind of play the same ones for RBGs, but in Arena, you could swap these around a lot more. There's a lot more options. Call Observer, I know you might be tempted to play this. I tried it out. It's really bad. It's really bad, and I'll tell you why. The animation on this thing is the most obnoxious animation in the entire game, okay? So normally with stuff like this, the enemy would need a weak aura or they're going to get killed by it, right? Like, what's a good example? Like Counter-Strike Totem, right? The Counter-Strike Totem is easy to miss, and if you don't kill it, it's going to shit on you, right? This is not like that. The animation on Call Observer is the most obnoxious thing on your screen. No matter how clueless and unaware the enemy team is, they will see this and they will kill it, because they can't even see their screen if they don't. So, and it only has like 25k health, so it dies instantly to everything. It's just bad. I don't know what they were thinking with this. The animation of its damage, eye beams, are just, it's too much. It's too obvious. So basically never play that. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up, guys. If you guys have any more questions, or if there's anything you've been trying that you think works better, always hoping to hear new things and new suggestions to try it out for myself. So go ahead and leave a comment down below. As always, subscribe, like, so you can see the next videos that come out. I'm going to have tons of videos for you guys in Shadowlands. And stop by the stream sometime, say hi. If you want to see this spec in action, you want to see the big dam. Doing viewer games almost every day, as well as some bigger games, some higher MMR games, so be sure to check it out. Leave me a follow on Twitch, and yeah, until next time, I think that's it. See you guys.